You hear about it all the time. Automate, automate, automate. Well, what the heck does that even mean? And how do you do it? Well, in the lead generation aspect, it's the process of using technology to complete tasks that otherwise would need to be completed manually by you or somebody else. So with the goal of working smarter and not harder, today we're gonna look at automating our lead generation. Hey, Atime, if we're just meeting, welcome to the channel that brings actionable content to grow your business through online marketing. So if that sounds beneficial, consider subscribing. All right, so I thought the best way to illustrate this lead automation is by showing it to you on paper, or in this case, PowerPoint. And there's 3 pillars that I want you to consider. I want you to consider traffic, capture, and service. And we'll talk about what that means in a couple of seconds. So focusing on traffic for a minute. This means the attention that you're garnering. This means you can either be getting attention or traffic in the free sense or in the paid sense. So you have free and then you have paid. This is everything. This is either Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Google, your website, a blog, whatever the case may be. This is the traffic that you're gathering. So you're either paying for that or you're using free sources. So as an example, let's just say if you're going with Facebook ads, well, that's a paid strategy. If you're going with the blogging strategy, then that's more free. And yes, I understand you have to have your domain and all that fun stuff, but for all intents and purposes, it's generally free for you to have that. So this is a traffic source that you are gaining attention from. And most of us get this right. Most of us do some sort of post. We may not have a strategy, but we do some post and we do get our name out there. So again, most of us get this right. But what we, even myself, fall guilty of is not being direct enough or not having a call to action embedded in our communication. So I'll go ahead and write down call to action right here. And the call to action is really the reason that somebody's going to give us their contact information or reach out to us. We either make a connection with them or they have a compelling enough reason to reach out to us. But we're the ones that need to provide that. Simply saying that we're the best or simply saying that, hey, use me for your real estate needs just doesn't work anymore because there's a lot of competition out there and everybody is saying the same thing. So you need to have a call to action, a compelling enough reason for a call to action. All right, so a compelling enough reason for somebody to give you their contact information. So let's talk about the Facebook ads. Let's talk about what lead magnet are you providing? What reason are you providing for somebody to reach out to you? So we talk about that in this channel quite a bit, having a strong enough reason, meaning either a list of homes that are off market, a home that was recently had a price drop, a home that was just listed, a list of open houses, and on and on. There's a lot of lead magnets out there that we present to the audience in a paid sense so they can, in exchange for what we're offering, give us their contact information. So this is something that we collectively, myself included, need to get a little bit better on. So this is something that is part of messaging. Now going on to capture. Capture means how are you capturing that information? Because at the end of the day, let's take that Facebook ad. We have a call to action and we're inviting somebody to give us their contact information. So they're either going to go to a landing page or a website, or if you're using the lead generation campaign with Facebook ads, then they're going to go to the form and submit their information to hand it off to us. So how are you capturing that? Are you using a website? Are you using landing pages, which is a form of a website? Are you using the Facebook forms? What are you using to capture that information? Now, this is something that we are getting very good at with Facebook, but we fall flat in other modalities of marketing. So one example is YouTube. So this right here. We are starting to get a lot better. When I say we, I mean real estate agents. So real estate agents are starting to get a lot better of being on YouTube because that's a great opportunity to be found. And not many real estate agents are doing that, but the more and more time passes, more and more agents are hopping on. But we're not making videos for the sake of making videos. This, although it seems pretty easy, is not easy at all, especially if you're making one video per day, which I am. But with these videos, you need to have again, goes back to call to action, but also a way to capture that information. So that means putting links down in the description. So that's why you see me always encouraging you to go down to the description to see what I have to offer. I have affiliate links in there. I have free courses down there. I have paid courses down there. I have additional resources for you that are going to help you on your journey. So that's why I do that, because I want to capture your information. The moment that YouTube goes away, I won't be as affected because I have a healthy email list. And again, I'm not telling you anything that you don't know. It's just we need that reinforcement on how to do the automation part, because every time this video is going out there, I know I'm going off on a tangent, but I'll bring it back, I promise. Hey, one quick second. I know that you're enjoying this automation session, so we'll get right back to that. But first, I want to ask for a small favor. I want you to enroll into a university and complete your undergrad, and then complete your master's, and then complete your PhD. Once you have your PhD, I want you to seek employment in a university. And once you have employment in that university, I want you to start teaching a class. It can be any class, it really doesn't matter. But on the first day that your students are in and they're receiving the syllabus, I want you to have the first assignment be very simple. And that assignment is going to be for them to take out their phones, go to the YouTube app, and then find this video and then smash that like button. Every time this video is being shown out there, these landing pages that are down below, they are capturing my information. And I'll show you how that actually works when we get to that third step. So same thing with that Facebook ad. You have that ad over here. This is a paid traffic. I have that call to action, meaning, hey, check out this home that recently had a price drop, and they're getting fed into a Facebook form or a landing page or a website. So capturing that information is super important, and we don't want to miss that. Now, the third part that we collectively need to get much better at is the servicing. This means calling, emailing, texting. So this is, once we get that information, once we have the lead information, let me write this here. Once we have the lead, once we have the contact's information, what are we going to do with that? And in order to make it an automated solution, you don't want to do this, well, at least I don't want to do this manually. I don't want to send an email manually. I don't want to text manually. Calling, I have a service that does my calls. So I don't want to do the service. I will do the servicing at the end, essentially, of providing the service, if you will, and providing the product. But at the end of the day, I want everything as automated as possible. So once I get this contact information, if I'm selling a course, as an example, well, an email goes automatically to the inbox of the person that purchased the course with the membership information and the login information. I don't have to pause anything that I'm doing and send an email manually. That would be a beating. but essentially that's what it comes down to. Whenever you get that lead from Facebook, especially if we're going that analogy with the price drop ad, once you get that lead in the Facebook form, this is where you send it to your CRMs. This is where you send it to your email autoresponders. This is where you send it to your assistant, whoever is helping you out, and they're taking over from there. They're actually doing the servicing. Maybe I should say servicing so you don't get confused. We have the servicing aspect of it, and this is something that we want to automate as much as possible, especially if we want to scale this. We can always dump more money in here and optimize it. This is going to work the same way because we're using technology, but we also want to use technology in the servicing aspect, because it doesn't matter if we got 50 leads yesterday or 2 leads yesterday. The flow is going to be the same, and the servicing is going to receive the same type of attention depending on the process that you have. So in order to do the servicing aspect to come full circle on the automation, again, you can use CRMs to directly integrate to Facebook. Now, there are some CRMs that have that, but there are also some CRMs that don't have that. And for those CRMs or those services that you have, email autoresponders, whatever you have that is sending the communication onward to the lead, if they don't have that direct connection to Facebook, then you can use a service like Zapier. You can use API Nation. And there's several other connectors out there that help you out in that regard. So that is that is the missing piece that I find with most of the consoles that I have. They have the traffic, they're good. They know how to run ads, and then capturing the attention, you know, sometimes they're just not as effective as I would like. So that's what the consulting comes into play. And then servicing, most often than not, it's just not automated. So that's really where we spend the bulk of the time when we go through our consulting services. And having that automation in place is going to free you up to get in contact with the lead whenever they are ready, and you're not wasting your time following up with leads that are never going to answer your call or never return your emails, and you're spending your time more effectively. So keep in mind, this is going off automatically until you turn off the ads. This is going to happen automatically until you turn off your ads. And then this is something, again, that would go on automatically until you turn off the traffic source, which is your ads. So this is how I want you to think about the automation process. It doesn't need to be more difficult than this. And automation is something that you should use on your business to leverage your time and just be more effective. Well, now that we know how to automate our lead generation, it's time to generate some leads. So I'll leave a video right here that's going to help you do that. Also, if you found value today, please be sure to subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss another video. And of course, make it your best day yet.